All right, how do you find the line that best fits the data? So we have some data here, which has the number of hours that someone studied for an exam versus the score that was earned on the exam. So the first thing you want to do is look at a graph. So when we look at the graph, you can see that this is pretty much linear and increasing. The more you study, the higher your grade goes. And one method is to just look at it and find the line that best fits. So if you just plotted the line through the first 2 points, you can see that it's going to be farther off later on in the data set. Or if you just use the last 2 data points, it's going to be off in the beginning. So this line is not steep enough. This one is too steep. So you just want to kind of move it around until it looks about right. And then just commit. And this is an estimate. All right, then what do we do? So from here, you can just use any 2 points on the line to find the slope. And it appears that these 2 given data points are already on my line, so I'm going to use those. So that would be this point, 140, and this one, which is 780. But if none of the data points lie on the line, then you can just read them off the graph. All right, so you find the slope of the line. $80 minus 40 is 40, divided by 6. So 40 divided by 6 is 6.6 repeater bar. Or we could round it off to the, let's say, the 10th place. And we'll call that 6.7. And then to find the equation of the line, you'll want to use any point on here. So I'll go ahead and use this 1, 40. So y minus 40 is equal to 6.7, x minus 1. And we distribute. So the equation of the line is y equals 6.7x plus 33.3. And let's examine the meaning of the slope and the Y-intercept. So first, let's look at the meaning of the slope, 6.7. And first, let's find the units. So this is the points on the exam divided by the number of hours. So that's 6.7 points per hour. It's a positive number. So this means for every additional hour you study, your grade will go up by 6.7 points. Let me write that down. So every hour of additional studying will give you an increase of 6.7 points. And that's an increase because my slope is positive. Now let's look at the meaning of the Y-intercept. So the y-intercept is where x is equal to 0. When x is 0, y is equal to 33.3. And remember, the value of x is the number of hours studied, and the y value is the number of points. So this means if you studied 0 hours, your grade on the exam will be 33.3. So if you don't study at all, your grade will be 33.3 points. All right, now I'll show you how to do it with a calculator. So on the TI-83, you can hit Stat and then number 1 for Edit. And then for list number 1, it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. Just entering the X values and hit the right arrow key. 40, 45, 57, 68, 80, 94. That's just entering the lists. All right, second quit. And then if I want to look at my plot, I just go second stat plot. We'll hit number 1 and then just turn it on. And this one here gives me a scatter plot. So we just hit graph. And that's just so we can check and see if it looks linear. And we go, sure, it looks linear. And then the calculator will automatically find the equation of that line. So we hit second, calculate, and then go down. Sorry, you want to hit stat and then go over to calculate. And number 4 is linear regression. And it gives you the slope and the y-intercept. And that's pretty close to what we had doing it by hand. So we got a slope of 6.7. They got a slope of 6.9. And we got a y-intercept of 33.3. And theirs is 31.9. All right, that's it.